Hi, team, and welcome to week 4. We had a fantastic discussion week this past week on our driving questions. I appreciate everybody's input and feedback and just the overall interactivity that everyone had during the week. It was absolutely amazing. Here's a few takeaways that we had. You've probably seen the video that I made before on the different driving questions. An effective driving question is open-ended, it's interesting, it's real, it's challenging, it's aligned with the content goals, but most of all is all those drive us towards meaning. So we're looking for meaning and relationship for our driving question. So what does it mean to me? With them, what's in it for me? What does it mean to me? And how does it align with the relationships that I'm building? So remember, as you're going through and you're reinventing, or not really reinventing, but as you go through and you're re-looking at and revisiting your driving question, make sure that it's open-ended, interesting, real, challenging, aligned with the content goals, but most importantly, is it meaningful? Does it drive meaning? Because that's what our 21st century learners are all about. They're about meaning and relationship. From what we've discovered in our conversation, that is completely true. This week, we're going to start looking at tools that support partnering. There's a reading to go along with the 2 chapters from the text and another helpful video before we get into the discussion. But I want to take a minute to talk about partnering. Remember that relationship building and meaning is a huge part for our 21st century learner, and that has 2 different contexts for K-12 and the adult learners in corporate arenas as well as higher education. Within industry, the use of technology as a partnering tool or partnering for learning is huge, because no longer are we just stuck in one manufacturing plant or just one place. We have multiple locations, multiple countries, multiple areas within the United States. So this technology and partnering is huge. When I was working for Lockheed Martin and we were building the Joint Strike Fighter, what's known now as the F-35, we partnered with companies in Australia, England, all over the world. And what we had to make sure that we did was we needed the technology in place in order to partner that way. My piece was a training piece, so everyone got the same message that was going around for the JSF, for the F-35. And what that meant was, in a very real way, we had to recalibrate what we were doing, because just one small instance was Australia, England, the European, and the Asian countries that we were partnering with. They all use the metric system. We were in the United States. We use a standard system. So we had to calibrate what we were doing to the metric system, which was kind of interesting. And we realized how important it was to be able to recalibrate our relationships with everyone else all over the world, because we were in another project where we actually did not calibrate our relationships correctly, and a satellite ended up going towards the sun instead of Mars. So these technological advancements all come down still to just people, the relationships that we build, and the meaning that we create. So I just want us to kind of keep that as our forefront focus, because the technology is absolutely fascinating, because it allows us to build better relationships. But the most important thing is the people. So as we go through this week, let's just keep that in mind, that technology we use to create that meaningful experience, to keep things real. It's just not technology for technology's sake, as we sometimes see. And in our conversations, I've noticed that everybody has seen this at some point and realizes that. So kudos to all of us on the team that have seen that before, and I look forward to some fascinating discussions in week 4.